What is up, guys? It's Fernando back with another video. Today we will be doing my Clash in Italy predictions video. I'm going to go through the entire match card, say how I think the build-up has been, who I think is going to win each match, and where things can continue on from here. We have a absolutely loaded card. They brought out all the heavy artillery. All the stars are going to be here in Clash in Italy. I think they know since this is a European crowd, they're going to be electric, loud the entire time. So they decided to bring the big guns out. And top to bottom, we have a loaded card. So I'm going to go through each one, and let's get into it. Start things off, I'm going to talk about Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill. Now, this is a rematch from WrestleMania, obviously. And I think that the build-up for this is kind of lacked just ever so slightly because everyone knows my opinion on Jade Cargill. She isn't the biggest star. She's not the most popular with the people. But I'm going to be positive here, and I think this match is going to be really good because of two things. The match at WrestleMania and the match they just had at Saturday Night's Main Event, the 6-woman tag, were both very, very solid matches. They had so much chemistry, which is very unexpected. They looked so good together, and they were just both really solid, good wrestling matches. So overall, the storyline wise, I'm not the most interested, but in ring, I am very intrigued. So in the end, I'm going to take Rhea Ripley to defend and retain her WWE Championship, Women's Championship. And I think that it's just the smart call for WWE. I think they have more planned for her, obviously, after this feud is over. And it still might not be over, as I'm going to get into. So I think she's going to retain, and there's multiple ways you can go Rhea Ripley. You can go the route of her facing Charlotte Flair, because they've been hinting at that. Or if they want a big match, they could do a triple threat between Charlotte, Rhea, and Jade at SummerSlam, which I think is going to be the route they're going to take here. So with all that said, I think Rhea's going to retain in a shockingly very good match. And I think hopefully WWE, not with just this match, but with all the matches, I hope they give them ample time. I hope they give each match at least, 15 minutes for the performers to perform and give us good quality of wrestling. So I think that's what we're going to get with this match. I'm hoping for. I got pretty high expectations. And next we have Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruca for the Intercontinental Championship. Now the build-up for this has been, I thought this has been a pretty good build-up. It's been very entertaining, with Becky Lynch obviously being out of pocket, just being ridiculous, and Sol Ruca looking like the classic babyface, not being able to get her chance here, or taking some L's, and obviously just last night at Saturday Night's Main Event, the whole ordeal with Becky getting disqualified and Sol not being able to pick up a clean victory. So I thought off the work of that was great. A lot of people were upset with the finish of that match, but I thought it was excellent. I really liked it because all they wanted was what it got. People to boo Becky Lynch and say, "Oh, that was bullshit. That was horrible. Why would you do? W Creative sucks. Why would they do that? They could have just done another episode of Raw. Blah 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 blah." No, people are mad. That's what they want. People are mad, and they're mad at Becky Lynch because of what she did. Obviously, Creative's got a lot to do with that, but it just gets more heat on her, which it's just for her character is just does wonders. And obviously that gives more cheers, and everyone wants Sol to succeed. Everyone wants her to succeed to get the title off Becky. It's just so great work. But in the end, I think they're going to pull the trigger here, and they will give the Intercontinental Championship to Sol Ruca in a good match. I think this is going to be another really good match because of what they did at Saturday Night's Main Event. They gave him 2 minutes or whatever. They're going to give him, let's say, 12 to 15, hopefully maybe even longer, for these two women to cook, because in their 2-minute match, Sol Ruca was flying around. It was very good, and that was 2 minutes. That was just a snippet of what these two are capable of. So I think WWE is going to repay us for what they gave us at Saturday Night's Main Event and give us a banger here. I could be completely wrong, but that will be my prediction. They're going to give us an absolute banger with Sol Ruca and Becky Lynch. And for post-match, there's multiple ways you can go from here. If Sol picks up the victory, you can have Becky Lynch do the amazing work she does and complain that this is the reason why she lost the match, or Sol cheated, or people are against Becky. And guess what? You can run it back, because then it will be kind of 2-0 Sol, but really 1-0 Sol, because she kind of didn't really get a definitive win in their last night's match at Saturday Night's Main Event. But here in Clash in Italy, she'll beat her, maybe clean or something, and then Becky can continue to say, hey, I know I can beat you, I know I'm better than you, and they can run it back. And she'll probably end up losing the third match, and then she can finally go on to do whatever else she wants. They need her to do, and Sol can carry the mid card if they allow her to new heights, and it'll be good. So in the end, I'm gonna predict that they're just gonna give the title to Sol here, and she's gonna pick up the victory. Next, we have Cody Rhodes versus Gunther. Now the WWE's done good here because these matches are all 50-50. You besides the Jade and Rhea, I don't know who's gonna win them. Like I can't give you a definitive answer. And with this Cody and Gunther, WWE is so high on Gunther. The feud has been very short-lived. It's just been them two going back and forth at each other. And Gunther playing like mind games, and then finally Cody getting the signature and all that. So it's been okay, the build-up. But WWE loves Gunther, so it wouldn't shock me if they put the title on Gunther here and have him pick up the win. And the real question is Randy Orton going to get involved? Could he cost Cody the title? The thing is, the Randy Orton and Cody feud doesn't necessarily need the title. They can kind of go over the blood feud. The only thing that is concerning is Randy Orton wants that number 15. So if he wants the number 15, Cody obviously needs to have a title. But the feud doesn't really need a title, in my opinion. But in the end, I think I'm going to stick with my gut here and the safe call that WWE loves to do, and not changing the big title besides WrestleMania and SummerSlam. I think they're going to give the win here to Cody, and he's going to be able to retain, which I'm not too thrilled about, because it inevitably just leads to him versus Randy. I'm assuming that's where it's got to go, but then where does that leave Gunther? I'm not 100% sure. So just because of the uncertainty I have with this match, there's just millions of ways you could go with this, because if Randy cost Cody the title, it doesn't look good on Gunther. They built him up so strong for him to win the title off some backhanded tactics here. So I have no idea. This is interesting. So, but I'm gonna take Cody here in the end. Next, we have the rematch from WrestleMania, another rematch of Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi. Now, this is another good one, man. WWE, I don't know which route they're gonna go, because it's obviously 1-0 Oba, and you bring Brock Lesnar out of retirement. So there's two routes that can go here. They can do the route of Brock Lesnar picking up the win here, and it's 1-1, and they can do the rematch at SummerSlam for the third match, and then there's that. Or they can have Oba win here, and they can somehow continue this all the way to SummerSlam and have him a third match. And I think, obviously everyone knows the build-up for this has just been absolutely electric, but I think I want, and I think WWE should just continue this ride up with Oba Femi, and I think he should go up 2-0 to Brock Lesnar. And the reason I'm saying this is because he's just have so much aura. He's looked unbeatable against Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's had nothing for him this entire rivalry, and I think they could continue that and still have the hype to get that third match, that third final match where Oba is finally able to put Gunther down, or put Brock down, and send him into retirement. So my prediction for this is Oba's going to pick up the win here in a short match. Like all Brock Lesnar matches are going to be short and electric. This rivalry is going to continue. Maybe they can somehow manage them to win or do some stuff at King of the Ring, and then they'll eventually meet again at SummerSlam, where Oba Femi will eventually be able to do the 3-0 sweep like the Knicks are about to do to my Cavaliers in this rivalry, and send Brock into the sunset, and then Oba can continue being Oba Femi and main eventing and being the best thing the WWE has in the last fucking few years. And finally, we have, I think I'm almost certain this is going to main event, the tribal combat match between Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu. Again, this is another good one. I'm not 100% sure here. Everyone knows the build-up has just been crazy for this. Jacob Fatu has looked like an absolute monster, destroying Roman Reigns. He took the L at Backlash, but it's continued on, and now we have the full bloodline where Roman Reigns is united with the Usos, where they eventually 3-on-1 beat up Jacob Fatu, take him out, and obviously Jacob challenged him to the tribal combat match. And this, I'm gonna take the underdog here. I think that WWE is gonna pull some shit off and shock the world and flip everything on its head, man. I'm going to take Jacob Fatu to win this match and win the World Heavyweight Championship. And the reason for it is because if Roman wins, what else is there to do? Jacob Fatu can't keep losing and then coming back and just building up this feud physically. So, but if you give this win to Jacob Fatu, boy, everything gets flipped on his head. There is so much to do. It's look, a bomb went off. Like, where do things go? There's a million places things can go if Jacob Fatu wins, because he's going to be the tribal chief. He's going to be in control. He's going to have the Ufalafa. There's so much you can do here, and obviously you can continue this until SummerSlam, which WWE is going to need stuff to do, big events to continue on into SummerSlam. So by doing that, if you give Jacob the title, it brings everything back. The intrigue's back. The suspense, the mystery is back of what's going to happen. So I think WWE is going to do that. They're going to, I hope they do it, because if they don't, I feel like are going to get real boring unless they can pull some shit off. If Roman just wins, it kind of kills everything. But if Jacob wins, no, that is complete opposite. So I think WWE needs, and I think they will, give the title and the tribal chief name to Jacob Fatu in a brutal match. I think this match is going to get real physical. I think it's going to be better than the last tribal combat matches. And the WWE is going to do good by them and make it real emotional and really play into the fact of that Jacob Fatu is taking everything away from Roman Reigns, that he's taking all the things that he said he wanted, the money, the shoe deals, the fame, for his family. He's going to take it all away and strip it all away and take the tribal chief name away from Roman Reigns, take the Usos, take everything away from him, and boy, it's going to light a fire, and we're going to be in for a good match. So there's my prediction for that. And totality, this card is loaded. Like I said, I'm actually really excited, and the number one thing I'm excited for is the Italy crowd. Obviously, everyone knows the European crowd is going to be excellent, so I already feel like this show is going to be great. I feel like it is going to be taken to a whole nother level with the crowd, and they're going to blow the roof off the place for all these performers and all the talent. So there's that. And everyone knows I'll be doing my recap and review right after the show. I'm gonna do Raw. Actually, no, I will not. I'll be going to Raw in Columbus, Ohio. So I probably won't do a video. I might do an IRL video for that. I'm not 100% sure, but we'll see. But thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time, and have a good one.